Hey guys, Katie Horvath here. This is Into the City. Thanks so much for watching. This episode is part of the election series and features Dave Potts, who's running for City Council in the upcoming 2018 Sarnia municipal election. Again, you can vote online, you can vote by telephone. Polls are October 11th through to October 22nd. So let's work together. Let's get that voter turnout higher. It was only 33% in the 2014 election, so we can definitely do better than that. Now, without any further ado, I would like to share with you guys the footage of an interview with your City Council candidate, Dave Potts. Dave, thank you for joining me today.
Thank you.
And how about we start with, what is it that you did for a living?
I used to work for Sarnia Fire Department. I was a fire inspector, did fire inspections and for new and old businesses, and also did fire investigations.
Excellent. So how about a little bit more about yourself and some contributions, ways that you've invested in the community?
Well, I moved to Sarnia back in 1981, so I've been in Sarnia for quite a few years, and started out as an ambulance person. So I've been in emergency services for 33 years. So glad to be retired from that, but. Yeah, I didn't go to school here, but moved here for my job and raised a family here, and we also had an opportunity to foster some kids, so that was a great opportunity to help some kids in need. So it was good.
Excellent, great. And what about any hobbies and interests? What is it that you like to do on your downtime?
I like to take part and utilize the waterfront, and then go to the beach, go swimming, go boating, that kind of stuff. And I like to fish, and also do some drawing at home, and also some home renovations sorts. Excellent,
very nice. And what was it that motivated you to seek a seat on council this election?
I guess it was some of the things that have happened of recent. The Centennial Park issues and the stuff that went on with council and the mayor and that kind of stuff. It struck me. It struck a chord with me that maybe I could improve on what's happened, and yeah, I guess I wanted to be able to make some changes.
Okay, good answer. And after the break, we'll be back with Dave. So for this portion of the interview, we're going to look into Dave's thoughts on the current council. So why don't we'll just start very basic, just your general thoughts, some things they did well, some things that you think that maybe could have been handled differently.
Well, as I said, the situation with Centennial Park was a concern. I'd like to find out what happened there. I find it really hard to believe that the project that went from $6 million to over 12 happened, and that nobody was held accountable for that. I don't like that mismanagement of money, and I don't think the taxpayers do too. So that's something that I'd like to find out about, so it doesn't happen again. And as I said, the situation with the mayor and the conflict that went on, it doesn't reflect well of the city of Sarnia, and you know, us trying to get along, trying to deal with issues. So yeah, that was kind of a bad thing. I think that they made a lot of good headway as well. I mean, there's a lot of good things that happened, but unfortunately those two issues stand out, and yeah, the bad always gets identified over the good, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's fair. On the topic of conflict at City Hall, so how do you handle conflict when it arises?
Well, first of all, I'm not very big on conflict. I try to avoid it, but obviously it can't be avoided all the time, so I'm big on trying to resolve it. So talking things out is my way of handling it. So in the past through with emergency services situations arise, and you try and calm people down, try to talk through and come to a common ground. That's my way of dealing with conflict.
Okay. So in terms of public engagement and public input right now, what are your thoughts on that topic?
I really want public's input. I think that it's important to the tax base, the taxpayers have elected council members to represent them in council. So without their input, it's really irrelevant, right? So I would want council or public's input. The more input, the better, because we're trying to make Sarnia better, and the only way to do so is to have people giving their ideas on how we can do that.
Okay. So there's been a lot of change during this council. They've had walls put up at City Hall to separate between the admin and the political wings. There's been an amended code of conduct. There's also been a change in our voting method. As you know, the removal of paper ballots. So how do you feel about those changes that have happened?
Well, the topic of the walls put up, I don't understand why that all came about, because as far as I understand it, council looks to city staff for input on making policy and making bylaws, and it's a two-way street of information. So putting walls up and trying to divide the council from staff seems to be the wrong way to trying to accomplish the sharing of information, and it just doesn't seem to be the right way to have a functioning city. And the topic of voting, I think a lot of the constituents or the people of Sarnia aren't that comfortable doing online voting. I think they should have the ability to go to a polling station and vote on paper copy. That's what people are comfortable with, and they should have the choice of either voting online or voting in person.
So maybe instead of just removing altogether, and in addition to
I think there's a way we can do it both ways. Yeah.
Okay. So that's it for this section on the current council. For this last portion, we'll focus specifically on you and about your platform. So we'll start with 3 most important issues you feel we're facing in Sarnia.
I guess my thought on that is that our growth is reducing. I looked online at the population through the government website, and our population has gone down 919 people in the span of 5 years between 2011 and 2016. And other places, other communities of similar size have increased. So Belleville, Brockville, Welland, and Woodstock have increased in population. And that's understandable given their given location to the 401. But it bothers me because if you lose your population, you lose your tax base. So I want to see if we can improve. What are the ways to get our population back? I think we need new businesses, Sarnia, and we need to focus on getting that new business. And I think if we talk to our young people who are going to be our future residents here, hopefully, that get their input on what kind of business that they would want to see in Sarnia, what kind of places do they want to work at, or businesses do they want to work for or open up. So ask them for input. I think what we need, like Sarnia is pegged as a retirement community. I think that's great. It is a great place to retire, but it shouldn't be the only thing Sarnia is known for. We should be bringing in new business as well.
Okay. So could you tell me a little bit more about your campaign and what you're planning on running on?
I'm running on bringing new business to Sarnia, and that's key for me. Is how can we get new business? How can we make Sarnia grow? Sarnia's not growing. And the other issue is the other campaign idea is that is to make more transparency. Like this whole thing with Centennial Park, it's bothered me. So I want the public to know that council is transparent. If there's an issue, that they know what's going on, and they can ask the question, why is this going on, and why did that happen? You know what? My job is to answer to the public on different issues, and I don't think that we've got answers on what happened at Centennial Park.
Okay. So could you comment on Sarnia's crumbling infrastructure and in relation to also the debt problem, how to kind of balance those two issues?
Well, that's another problem as well. I mean, it's about tax base, right? So you can't. I mean, you have to borrow money to improve the infrastructure to make Sarnia a better place to live and to attract new business. If you've got visitors to Sarnia coming in to look at new business or to relocate here, either business-wise or to live here, it doesn't reflect well when they have to drive over some really bad roads or whatnot. So you have to spend money to make money, I guess, is a way to look at it. I don't believe in going into huge debt though either. So. You know, I look at something like Donahue Bridge. I mean, that's been ongoing for years, and why is that still ongoing? I mean, so it's stuff like that it needs to be looked at, and yeah, I mean, it's important to have the infrastructure improved. People want to live in a nice place, and they want everything to work. So yeah, just put some money in it.
And two more questions. Second last one, my personal favorite, because I have not decided yet who I'm voting for, so why should I vote for you?
Well, I would hope you vote for me because I'm trying to improve Sarnia by bringing in new business. I'm trying to get younger voters to vote, and I want those young people to give us input on how to improve Sarnia. So that's what I would hope would reflect your vote to vote for me, is because I want to find out what you want to do to improve Sarnia. You know, what businesses do we need? What restaurants? How do we improve the waterfront? That kind of stuff. So yeah, and the transparency issue. A lot of people are frustrated with what's gone on in the past. So I'd like to hope that I can change that and make it a little bit more transparent.
Excellent. Last question here, very open-ended. This one is for you. Any final messages that you have for the people of Sarnia?
Good question. I think that the people of Sarnia should really look at voting, get out and vote, because you live here, you have a vested interest in who gets into council, so you need to go out and vote for whoever you like, whoever you feel is the best. It's important to vote, and if you don't vote, then you have no say in what goes on. So it's really important to vote because you want your community to be better. Mm-hmm. So you vote for somebody because you think that person is going to accomplish that. So that's what I have. That's my final message to people.
Excellent. Great message. Dave, thank you very much for joining me.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right, that's it for today. Thank you guys so much again for watching. Don't forget to share this project, inform other members of our community that there is, in fact, a way to see and hear their candidates online. It's so important that we know who we're voting for before we vote, of course. So congratulations to you guys for taking those steps to inform yourselves on who our candidates are. And again, this is Into the City. I'm Katie Horvath. Thanks for watching.